guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash Royale, and today we're going to be jumping in to check out this base right here, which was built by Denis, one of our Town Hall 13 builders over at Blueprint. Now, this base is something special because it managed to defend 4 times in one war. That's right, you heard it right. 4 times in one war, and this was a league war. This came in for a guy called MJ. He posted about it in our customer feedback, and of course we had to make a video on it because when a base defends this many times, it is absolutely OP. So you can see that queen charge coming in here for Kitano from LP4. Hades, a really well known team, and you can see that queen's going to be coming in here. We take down the town hall nice and early there with a blimp. Now, the great thing about this base is there's actually multiple ways to take down the town hall. Now, that might sound like a bad thing, but sometimes when there are that many options, it can confuse players to what they are doing when they are attacking it. So you can see Kitano decides to use that blimp to secure the town hall. He is then going to be coming in and queen charging through from the south section of the base. King is going to make an appearance there from the 6 o'clock section, and questionably, I'm not too sure about that king deployment. That king's going to end up walking into the base. He's going to end up combining alongside the queen, and I don't really think that's what Kitano was looking for. So maybe a little bit of a dodgy placement there on his king. Potentially could have done that slightly better. But the great thing here, you can see the core multi-target Inferno compartment, which is something as a queen charge Lalo attacker, you definitely want to make sure your queen is going to grab, or something is going to be able to grab, that centralized multi-target Inferno. And you'll see actually on this base, there are 2 multi-target Infernos. And even with all of the wall breakers Kitano brought to this attack, he was still not able to push on through into the core of the base with his queen. Luckily enough for him, he is going to be able to get his royal champion to push on through the back end of this one. Going to be able to snipe down a couple of those multi-target Infernos with her. But here come those red bombs, and those red bombs in the core are lethal. You see them absolutely smashing through those balloons right there, and at the end of the day, he has no troops left other than his heroes. So his heroes are going to be able to do a nice job tidying up some of the percent here on the back end. But it's a really interesting base coming in here from Denis, and of course, if you guys do want to use this, all of the links will be down in the descriptions. If you want to check out some of our other bases, you can head over to both our website and our Discord server, which are both in the description below. You can get custom bases, or you can pick up some more bases just like this one that have already defended. But you can see a beautiful defense, 91% 2-star from Kitano right there. Alright, so the next attack we're looking at is actually going to be the best attack we see on this base. It ends up being a 98% 2-star. Now, I know that is a pretty high percent, but a defense is a defense, and this base managed to defend 4 times in total. So we're going to see another very similar entry point on this attack. We're seeing that queen charge coming in from the 3 o'clock section. However, on this one, we are going to be seeing that queen going in towards the town hall, but she loses her ability super early, and that is coming from both the defensive CC and that single target Inferno. So Mighty Stret maybe gets a little bit confused there with his spells. He's a little bit late on that rage spell, and his queen is auto forced to ability. So already Mighty has had to commit a lot of spells, and he's lost that queen ability. She's starting to push slightly the wrong way, so very smartly decides to bring in a couple of wizards there just to try and help this queen push back towards that town hall section. Another rage spell is going to go down. We definitely do not want to lose that queen ability, but you'll see that enemy RC just posing enough of a threat that Mighty does have to drop down another rage spell. The double multi-target Inferno in the core is fantastic at Town Hall 13 because not only does it defend amazingly against Lalo, which is one of the most used strategies at Town Hall 13, it also defends against Hybrid, which people still absolutely love to use. And with 2 multi-target Inferno beams raining down fire on these miners and those hog raiders, well, as you'll see from this attack, they don't survive too long. But with Mighty's queen ability already having gone, she unfortunately does end up going down in that Town Hall compartment, and that's one of the great things about this base. That Town Hall compartment might not look too strong, but there are some pretty key defenses and the Queen and RC lingering around that Town Hall, so players might think they're going to be able to get an easy Town Hall snipe, but as a matter of fact, it's going to be more difficult than they probably first anticipate. Mighty does get a little bit lucky here. His healers all transfer from his Queen over to his Hogs, and Miners, finally, they do get taken down by those black bombs. But you'll see everything is fading out towards the back end here. I have to say, he gets a little bit lucky here with his King going out in front, tanking for these Wizards. It probably shouldn't have gone as high in percent as it does end up going, but a defense is a defense no matter what the percent is. Those Wizards going to get taken down here towards the back end of this attack. That Grand Warden is actually going to finish up this Tesla, and it does finish up a little bit of a time fail there, but hey, it's a defense and we will take them. Alright, the third attack we're going to be taking a look at is going to be another Hog Rider hit. Now, bearing in mind, Adrian came in on this base, there had already been 2 hits against this, and the best of those 2 hits was the previous one we saw coming in with Hybrid. So Adrian is going to be coming in with a pretty much identical army composition here. Now remember, they are going to be able to bring max sieges here even at Town Hall 13, so that's something just to keep in mind. They of course will have those max CC troops coming out, which at these lower town halls can be exceptionally overpowered. So Adrian, of course, he knew where those bombs were. He knew there was a couple of black mines there because he had already watched these previous attacks on this base. Drops down the free spell at first, then gonna get the poison spell down on those super minions. Of course, had the invisibility spell down, but his spells are not looking too healthy. So again, and you'll notice that's a pattern here in this base, we're seeing the Queen's ability getting popped already. So this Town Hall compartment, like I said, it doesn't look too daunting, but just the simple fact it has the single target Inferno, and it has that really hard hitting CC with the super minions and the Headhunters in it can cause the Queen a lot of trouble. Now the issue here for Adrian as well, if we look at his healers, they're going to be in range of those Town Hall beams because of course he puts those healers in at slightly the wrong area. So a couple of red bombs and those healers are going to be in trouble. All the meanwhile, we are seeing the Queen going down even with that rage spell. And you'll notice the Queen goes down in almost the exact same place as she went down in the previous attack. Now that is because there are some really hard hitting defenses in there. We of course had that Expo, we had the enemy Queen in there as well. So we have yet to see a Queen charge progress anywhere outside of this 3 o'clock compartment. So it's clearly very well baited here by Denis, one of our best Town Hall 13 base builders here at Blueprint. Scattershot down here towards that bottom left hand side is doing some serious work on these Hogs and those miners, and remember they do still have the bomb tower to get through, all the meanwhile as that Queen continues to shoot down on them. No spells left here for Adrian as he tries to push through towards the back end, but there is not much hope for him. He does go ahead and pops that King ability, but I don't think he's going to be able to progress too much further through this base as everything now sadly starts to die off. Now this base was one of the bases that did help these guys to go ahead and win this war, pushing them through into the next round of the Grand Warden League, I believe it was. So an OP defense coming in there for Adita. Alright, the final hit we are going to be coming and taking a look at is going to be the biggest defense we see on this base. Now, I hate to see players getting baited or attacks going wrong, but Von Dutch, well, things definitely did not go to plan here for him. He's going to kick off proceedings with a blimp. That's going to go in towards the Town Hall, and of course we're going to get that Queen charge coming in. However, he's very, very late there on his rage spell. If we keep an eye, those super minions get the shots off. He doesn't drop his rage down. The Queen goes to ability, but even with that Queen going to ability, even 2 super minions are lethal enough to take her down. So if you do end up coming up against this base and you want to make sure you're taking it down, just be careful you rage up that queen. Now it's interesting that Von Dutch decides, hey, I'm not just going to end the attack there, I'm going to continue on. And to be honest, this world champion actually does get a decent amount of value. Von Dutch does very well with the remainder of this attack to clutch it up as much as he does. He's going to rage up his queen right there just to get through the enemy queen and push through this air defense. But the CC is super important on this base. Make sure if you're going to be running this base yourself, you copy the CC. All the links to the base and the CC, the exact CC composition, will be down in the description. Of course, we have those 2 super minions, we have a couple of headhunters and a few archers, I believe, in there as well. But it's really, really important that you guys run that CC because it is crushing these attackers. You'll see just how incredibly OP it has been here for these guys over in Slytherin. So if you decide to run this base yourself, make sure, of course, you give your best yourself the best chance at defending. But Von Dutch is doing his utmost to try and just pull as many defenses in and push that percent up as he possibly can. That Lava Hound going to be going all the way across the map straight in towards the single, means that Lava gets taken down super quickly. Also pushing in against that sweeper in the core. We still have the double multi-target Inferno up. Pops a really, really early Eternal Tome ability there from the Grand Warden. And already this attack sadly looks like it's going to fizzle out really quickly with the huge amount of splash we have remaining. Of course, was looking for that queen to push all the way through into the core. She died almost instantly as she went in, so he has a swag jump spell there to go down in the middle. But you'll see just how OP this base can be. The traps are exceptionally placed, but it's that town hall compartment. Everyone thinks they can charge it, but we've yet to see a really successful queen charge going on against this base. The final defense score there is going to be a 65% 2-star. So taking a look at this base in a little bit more detail, you'll see it's really, really OP. We have the scatters nice and spread out. You can see one up there at the 12 o'clock section and one over there towards the bottom left. We of course have the double Inferno towers in the core, which I touched the base on earlier. They are really, really strong. They cause so many issues. That tornado trap is also going to hold a lot of our troops, whether that's balloons or hogs and miners there in the core. The Tesla farm over here towards that 3 o'clock section, as we have seen, can cause a lot of issues for those queen charges as they push in, but all those key defenses on the outside of the base might make this look relatively easy, but it defends absolutely incredibly. So make sure you guys pick up this base. And that does bring us to the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe down below as well. Let us know in the comments if you are going to give this base a try yourself. And we really do appreciate you guys. Check out all the links down in the description to our website, our Discord, this base. Of course, make sure you run the correct CC. And we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.